Hey guys! What's up, guys? We miss you so much. Don't mind the energy. We are tired. It's hot in Zimbabwe.
I mean, it's crazy hot, to be honest. I was, when I got out of the house today, I was just like, may it please rain.
And it's going to rain. And it's going to rain. Well, like the weather is shifting. It's shifted. So rains are coming later in the year.
Usual.
So yeah, right now we're living in the October season. That's why it's so hot.
December.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't because Zimbabwe doesn't snow, Sha.
No. And I'm glad it doesn't snow, to be honest. I'm glad it doesn't snow.
So if you're cold, you can get into the deep freezer. And you know what? It's fine like that. How are you, Tony?
I'm good, Ndomu. How are you?
Well, I saw you a long time ago.
Girl?
Let me tell you, this girl ran away from me. She went to Bulawayo. Imagine, she didn't go with me. She just left.
I just left. She like that.
Just went.
I just disappeared.
And you see what some people do. Anyways.
But yeah, Ndomu, next time I'll take you to Bulawayo. I mean, we'll just go on a, I don't know, girls trip. I don't know.
I like that. Okay, I'm saving. I'm saving up.
We need a trip, Sha.
That's so true.
I haven't been on like a holiday trip in
a long time. I want to go to Vic Falls.
Whoa! I have so many places I want to visit in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
This Vic Falls is on my plan. It was on my plan this year, but
with
the whole COVID and all.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I had planned. I had planned to go in December for the carnival, and I was seeing myself, in my shorts,
in your booty shorts and a cute top.
Yeah.
Your afro hair.
My gosh.
Nice African jewelry
But guess what? COVID happened.
COVID said no. Girls, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. But yeah, but then I want to go to Inyanga.
Oh.
I really want to go to Inyanga. I don't know. I've just wanted to go there for the longest. Have
you ever been there before?
I've never been there before.
I've been to Inyanga a couple of times. I've been to Inyanga and I've been to Chimani a couple of times.
I saw someone on Instagram posting about Chimani recently. They went on a hike.
It's amazing.
My God. I didn't know. I didn't know Zimbabwe was this beautiful, especially this year, with the whole Zim tourism thingy. Mm-hmm. And I've been seeing people
you should follow Zim. I don't see Zimbo.
Okay.
The page is called Zimbo. So ZIM and BHO. Okay. Zimbo. And then you can find beautiful places that they're tagging.
I didn't know Zim was this beautiful.
It's so nice. It's really. And also the other place that I want to go to is Binga.
Yes.
Binga is on my list. No. Guys, when we go to these places, we're gonna do a podcast and we're gonna show you guys.
Right. No, Binga is a must.
Yeah, Binga is a must. It's a must.
Binga is a must. That place is beautiful, Shem. Woo!
But a long time ago, I used to think Binga is Kumusha.
I used to think the same as well until I went online. I don't know. Someone was telling me about the white beach and all that, and I was just like, I need to go to this. I went and I researched that place. Is beautiful.
So when are we going?
It's beautiful.
We should save up for next year. We should go.
We should.
Yes.
We should.
Our birthday. Our birthdays as our birthday. we should go to Binga.
I mean, right?
We should go to Binga. We should. Either Binga or Vic Falls or whatever. We should
travel. We should travel.
And then we'll take you guys with us
on a virtual trip.
Yes.
On a virtual trip.
And we'll have a vlog, right? Yeah. Is it a vlog or
a vlog? Yes, a vlog.
What's the difference?
Okay, a blog, you're writing. You just writing. Then the vlog is the video.
I knew that.
Ndomu, don't do this to me, I beg. Not on record.
Okay, anyways.
But
Tony, what are we talking about today?
So today we are talking about personal space.
That sounds like a very serious topic.
It's pretty serious considering, we're getting personal. And we're getting into our personal space. It's a very interesting topic. I mean, there is so much that happens to us every day. I mean, Ndomu, we are always having conversations like all the time, being on the phone when we meet and all that. And there's one thing in common that in most of our conversations, they have to do with personal space. I mean, you remember when I was telling you that there was a particular call that happened,
Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't want to be on the call, but then apparently there was like quite a number of people on the call, and no one gave me a heads up that, there's like, so things like that. Today it's just going to be personal space.
Okay. All right. So Dr. Google says the term personal space generally refers to the physical distance between two people in a social, family, or work environment.
Yeah.
Think of your personal space as the air between your body and an invisible shield or bubble. Or you have formed, there's no or. Okay, a bubble you have formed around yourself or for any relationship. So I'd like to believe that it's the next space right after your body.
Yeah.
Like how we used to have a tractor.
Barrier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And would draw
like a circle.
So I feel like it's that circle surrounding you. Like that bubble surrounding you. That's the personal space.
So from this definition, right, we can also say that, from your example, we have many boundaries.
Yeah.
We have so many. There's the first one that's between your body and everything else, right? That could be like, I don't know, a room or whatever. And then there is within the relationships now that there's the family, and then within the family there's a boundary, there's a certain level of barrier that you put, then your relationships, then friends, then work, and they go further and further and further out, strangers as well, so
it's one topic that we really don't look at, and we really don't put into consideration that it's important to talk about personal space, especially when you're growing up. Whether you're a boy child or you're a girl child, you still need to have this conversation at school, at church, because I feel like personal space doesn't only necessarily mean that it's personal space at home or in your bedroom or in the bathroom or anything like that, but it's also personal space around people, at church,
that's true.
At work, and at a party with your friends, at
festival,
school, things like that.
Everywhere we go, there should be some, certain level of personal space.
Exactly. So adding to that, there's something that I saw online as well. It said broadly the four distinct zones. Actually, there are four zones, right? Of personal space include intimate. There's intimate space, there's personal space, there's social space, and then there's public space.
Yeah.
So let's touch on these four a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's start with us.
Let's go right into it.
Talk to me, my guy.
Let's slice it.
Talk to me. Give me something.
Okay. For me, I totally agree with, the number one, the definition. I 100% agree with it. And number two, I'm very much intrigued by these, four zones, because I feel like naturally, right, as human beings, it's like instinctive, I guess, that we have these boundaries. We might not clearly define them, or we might not have heard them being clearly defined, but they are there. For example, I like the fact that just between the two of us, right, we have, as much as we talk about anything and everything, and we are always giggly, and there's a certain level of respect. I feel like there's a certain level of boundaries that we have. I know where you stand, you know where I stand, and you know how I feel when it comes to certain issues. Like, for example, we're talking about the call. I know, I remember from the conversation we had, we both know that you can't just add the other person.
Yeah, okay, so guys, if you want to talk to us, sorry to just interrupt.
Cool.
If you want to talk to us, you have to make an appointment. We're not being rude, we're not being divas, we're not being celebrities. But it's important for you to tell us that, you know what, I want to have a call with you with someone else.
Exactly.
And not to then surprise me in the call and then say, so who is this? Especially if I don't know you.
The person as well.
That's where the problem is, because now you're getting into, because someone once told me that right now as we're speaking, wherever you're gonna hear this from, we are getting into your personal space.
We are.
You never invited us into your
you did not
room or into your car or wherever, but we just got there.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's what happens when it comes to radio, when it comes to TV. Those people get into your personal space. It doesn't matter. And if they offend you, they are in your personal space.
The only thing you can do is switch it off.
Exactly. That's why you switch off and you're like, no, I'm not going to listen to this. Or I change the channel. No, I'm not going to,
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're going to call us, you need to tell us.
Tell us in advance.
Yes, you can continue.
Yeah, like I was saying, there's a certain level of respect. There's a certain level of boundary. Because I would like to believe that we have an intimate, right, relationship. But then within that intimate relationship, there's respect and there's boundaries. There's personal space. I don't just call you at like 12 a.m. and be like, Ndomu, and I understand, you're a busy person. You need some rest after a very long day. So there's things like that in our intimate. Let's just get into like the intimate bubble. I would say it goes also for relationships, right? I feel like there's certain need to just ask for, permission, even if it's really simple. I mean, even if it's simple things. Just
sorry, we'll be putting a little bit of Shana in there. We'll have subtitles next time.
But yeah, I mean, in things like that, family, I mean, intimate relationships, whoever is in your intimate space, right? There's need sometimes to ask for permission. Can I do this for you? Can I hug you? Can I, things
is it okay to
do
this?
May I?
Yeah.
Things like that. You don't just assume just because, it's your person.
It's not your
best friend. It's your husband. It's your. Sometimes you just need to just ask, and yeah.
I think that's a very important point, Tony, especially when it comes to relationships and even friendships.
Yeah.
You were talking about I'm going to talk about something different, totally different, but I think it's also a relationship.
Yeah.
You mentioned the other time when we were having a conversation that you saw a child and you wanted to hug the child, and the child was like, no. That's their personal space.
Yeah.
So that simply means that you can't force yourself onto the child, because the child doesn't want you to hug her. The child doesn't want you to hold her or to touch her. It's fine. It's okay for her to say no. I think what we need to do now is to understand the word no.
Or the sentence.
No. And it's a no with capital letters and an exclamation mark.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's important, even in a relationship, even if it's your best friend, if they're not okay with you hugging them, if they're not okay with you talking to them, I feel like it's okay for you to give them their space. When they're ready to talk, then they will open up.
The same also goes for family members.
Exactly.
It just doesn't apply to our friends and relationship.
Yes.
Right. But because I feel like sometimes family feels like they have this extra right, or this extra, they don't have boundaries. Sometimes, not all of them, but there's that extra, I'm your brother.
Because I'm your brother, or I'm a cousin.
It still applies to you, even if you're my cousin, my uncle, my dad, my mom, my whoever, my sister. I sometimes do need personal space. Sometimes I don't want to be hugged. Sometimes I just don't want you to, just be in my space. If I meet my cousin, I'm like, hi, what's up? And I give you a high five.
That's the most enough that I can do.
Be it a girl or a guy. Just understand that I do have personal space. No matter who you are, no matter our relationship, no matter where we are, it's allowed, for people to just say no. I remember we were talking about a friend of mine asked someone a question, right? They asked for something, and then the other person was like, no. So we all laughed, right? Because it was, they were just trying to annoy the other person. Then she's like, why would you do that? So the other, my friend was like, you know what? Actually, when you ask something from someone and they say no, it should be, you should expect a no. Don't always anticipate a yes. Rather, it's better for you to expect a no than a yes. Because most of the time, we expect, or rather, we are so used to, just because I know Ndomu, just because, she's my sister, just because he's my boyfriend, if I ask them for something, it's an automatic yes. It's not. So, it's the same with personal space, And even in intimate relationships, Ndomu, property.
That's true.
Property, my phone, my book,
it's my
bag,
phone,
my clothes.
Wait. A moment of silence for that.
Okay.
My phone is my phone. That's why there's my email address.
Yeah.
That's why there is my WhatsApp.
Yes.
My pictures, my PIN code.
Yes.
It's for me. I don't want to be looking at your phone as well, because, like, for example, me, Tony, I'm one person who does not care. I don't care about your phone. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the people that you're talking to, because I know it's trouble. I'm looking for trouble when there's no trouble at all. We have a Shona proverb.
I was about to go.
What is it called?
Gomo. What's she? Like something like that.
Yes. So what it's basically talking about is, if you go and look for trouble, you find trouble, because you're looking for it. You've told yourself, I'm going to find something, and definitely you find something. And when you find it, what are you going to do with the information now? Yes, you found that the person is talking to whoever.
Yeah.
And then what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because
sometimes we put ourselves in these situations, guys, and like,
you're tapping into someone's personal space and they don't want it, but because you are in a compromised position, you tell yourself, no, I don't want to do this, and then it just happens like a phase, like you're bouncing into something.
Yeah.
So respect our phones, please.
I personally relate with you on that. I don't want someone going through my phone, and I do not want to go through someone else's phone, because, like you said, it's my space. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. So I feel like generally as people, be it friends or our baes and boothang, respect. But
Tony, do you know we've been in this position in a very long time. I know I'm one person who's fallen into that. Have you ever gotten into a situation where someone shows you a picture in their phone? And then you look at the picture and you're like, and then automatically you swipe as if it's your phone. Like,
I don't know. Okay, I'm like being intentional about not swiping.
Exactly.
Like, so if someone gives me their phone and they're like, okay, look at this, I will automatically just look at the phone, give it back soon after, or even watching a video, because I don't know, there's this thing that, okay, what's next?
What's next? I want to see.
That's invasion of privacy.
Yes. So we're not only talking about personal space as in your own bubble, but we're also talking about people's phones. That's true. Because we know you people, we know you very well. We're like you, We're like you, because every time if your friend gives you a phone and they say, look at this, you look at it and you swipe. Why are you swiping?
So something happened to me, right? We went out. We were kind of like a group, right? So my friend had my phone, and so we were dancing, and then they gave their friend, who's not my friend, my phone
and
to record.
Oh
No, wait, listen. To record a video of us dancing as a group, right? So this guy is recording. He's not dancing. He's recording, right? And then I think he got tired because we were all ecstatic and just dancing. And then he then stopped recording, right? So I think I was talking to someone, and then I then told them, I need to get my phone. So the moment I turn around, so that I can start walking towards that guy, he is swiping. Literally, he's not my friend. I don't know him from Adam and Eve. I went straight to the guy and I was like, why are you swiping through my phone? If you don't know me, I don't know you. You were supposed to just take it. And I didn't even give consent to say, oh, it's fine. You can allow him to take us a video. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the other things that kind of got to me. I didn't communicate it there and then, but I was just like, you are a stranger to me. This is my phone. I immediately just took my phone. I was like, I'm just going to keep it with me. It's fine. We won't take any videos. We won't take any pictures. I would rather keep this memory in my brain rather than, come on.
Oh my God.
So, even when we were talking about the whole swiping thing, I was just like,
It's not
wow.
it's something, I guess, because our instinct just tells us that when you get a phone, you swipe. But we also need to put ourselves to check every single time, not to touch people's phones unless if they say you can swipe onto the next one. Because I'm also at fault. Sometimes I'm like, I get a phone and I'm like, wow, and then I swipe and I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that.
We need to, keep our bad habits in check. And
yes, we have to. We have to.
Them.
Because if we are going to be pointing at someone that this person got into my personal space, there are 3 other fingers looking at you, pointing back at you. And you have to know that if you're pointing at someone, I'm done. I'm done. Tony, have you ever been in a situation where someone has invaded your personal zone?
My personal zone?
Yeah, like maybe touched you in the wrong places, without your consent as well.
Yes, actually. I mean, I have so many examples, and I mean, it has happened to me quite a lot of times. For example, I'll give these small examples, but it's something that happens to us each and every day, right? For example, I think it was a few weeks ago. I think I was walking in town. We were crossing. I was crossing the road, right, at the traffic lights. Not from robots.
So, funny story, in Zimbabwe, everything has got a name. Even if it's from a different company.
It's got a name.
Toothpaste is called Colgate. Washing powder is called Surf.
Scoring powder is called Vim.
Exactly. What else?
Traffic lights.
It's called robots. So if you're a Zimbabwean, we don't worry, we got you. We're taking you home. We're taking you home even if you're in your bedroom.
So I was crossing by the robots.
The traffic lights. Preach, girl.
By the robots, And this guy, right, I would like to believe it was not intentional, but in a way, it was an invasion of, personal space. So he's rushing through, crossing the road, and then now I don't know. Really, we can't always assume that it was not intentional, but I just wanted to assume in that particular time that it was not intentional. And then he literally just swiped through, and his hand, it hit my sort of like my bum, my hip. So I felt like, okay, fine, this is a violation of personal space, So I stopped and I was like, komkwasha, because I was like, what's going on? And then he was like, I'm so sorry. I was just like, hey, please, mfambe zvakanaka, you can't just be going around and hitting people's bums. I mean, no, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what? I mean, that's tiny little things like that. For example, in a bus in university, our buses used to be very packed. I mean, Ndomu, they would be super packed that there's no space for you to even just turn your body. You know how Zupkos are like? It was like that. I mean, Zupkos pre-COVID. Yeah. So that's how it was in our school buses. So I remember, there was like a very high chance of, coming across, you know, a pervert in the bus. I mean, you could literally feel someone actually squeezing. You know, I remember we complained at the school, no, we need more buses, we need more buses, we need more we need more buses so that we don't have these kind of situations, you know, especially for us women. It was so bad. So those are like my two major examples of personal space. I would say, well, those are the ones that came at the top of my mind right now, but it's small things like that. I mean, just being in a bus and someone is busy, you know, just
trying to touch you, or, you know. Yeah, I get it.
It's
like
crazy.
I like to believe that. Do you know, like, if you're sitting in a certain, I'm trying to describe the feeling. If you're sitting in a certain position, right? Say your hand is on top of your other hand for a very long time, right? If you remove your hand, it feels like something is missing. That feeling. So that's the feeling that I have at times if someone gets into my space. They touch me in the wrong places with Vanondi Guma in a certain way that I'm like, wait, hold on. I feel like that cool guma is still there. It's like a lump of weight that's still there, and I can feel it for like a couple of minutes.
That's true.
And I'm like, that wasn't right. That wasn't. But now the thing is, do we know when it's the wrong? How do I explain this? Do we know if this is the wrong thing? If someone comes to you, it's your friend, they hug you, they do like a church hug, but they run their hand behind your back.
That's right. I would say,
or they try and fix something on your collar, and then maybe they just do. I wish you could see that. But like if they touch your back, and you know you're like, what's going on? What's going on?
I feel like it is, you know, crossing a boundary of personal space, because when you feel like when someone just, you know, taps your shoulder, or when they, you know, or like they touch you in a way that you just feel like, okay, hold on. If instinctively your body tells you hold on, your brain is just saying hold on. That's like I feel like that's crossing a barrier of personal space. Even if you say, oh yeah, it's a hug, and then they're running their hands. No. You don't do that. That's why I was saying, when you know, even if you see something, you know, can I fix this for you? You know, can I do this? Ask for permission. Don't just assume that just because you're close, just because you talk to each other, you can easily just say, oh, can I fix your? No. You know, be it a man or woman, it's still, you know, you're getting into someone's personal space. Exactly.
Okay. And also there's it just doesn't get to that. We are grown-ups.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got guys who flirt with us.
True.
Every now and again.
True.
There's a certain level of flirting that we invite for the guys to, and the guys are also advancing, right? And we are giving them like we're like
leeway.
It's like we're giving them a leeway for them to do it. And then they get into this personal space, they ask you something that you're not really comfortable to talk about as a lady. And how they, because like I feel like we will talk about this topic later on. We're slowly touching on sexual consent, but also we need to, it also involves personal space. Because if someone is going to get into your personal space, remember we said your phone is your space. Personal space. If they're going to get into your personal space, which is your phone, and write to you things that you're not comfortable to talk about, I feel like as ladies we kind of become so vulnerable, and we don't say no.
Like sometimes we just let it
happen. Exactly.
Sometimes we just let it. You know, there are certain times whereby I remember for me, I'm learning, to be honest. Especially when guys say things that I'm just like, no, like, you know, like I'm just like, no, you know, because I'm training myself that I'm just training myself to say no. Be it friends as well, be it, if I don't want to do it, no suffices. No is enough. I remember there was someone who was just, saying crazy things in my phone, and it's a conversation we had. I think they were just trying to see if like maybe there are new changes or anything, maybe there's now a chance. Or I was just like, no boo, like no, don't you get it? So guys, no, when it's no, it's no. That's enough. You don't need no, but because I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to even sending just random pictures.
I mean, you need to ask me
even
exactly.
girls as well.
I think that's a very important point. We should avoid sending random pictures to people unless I think what we need to do is we need to learn to ask.
Exactly.
A child is trained. We were all children before. We were trained that if you want something, you say, may I please have this? May I please do this? So I think that principle should be carried until a person is old, in their old age.
True.
Kuti, may I please send you a picture? What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Oh, okay. Even just, like informing them. Let me send you a picture. If they want to see it, they will respond. And then they'll say, no, it's fine. You don't need to send me a picture. Oh, okay, that's fine. You can send me the picture. But if you're going to send a picture, don't be... You see, there's a problem now.
Yes.
We let ourselves into these spaces.
That's true.
Tony. We let ourselves into these spaces, and then when we get into these situations where our personal space is violated, then we're like, they're the wrong ones.
They're the wrong ones.
Because we're also at blame because we allowed it
in the first place.
So now we need, I don't know if we can go on and on and on about this, but
I want to take it a step further, right? Before we then round up the intimate part of personal space. Screenshotting.
Oh my gosh.
Screenshotting.
I'm a culprit for that.
Screenshotting, we sometimes, I don't know who invented screenshotting, but
oh my god.
I was just thinking, when you were talking, I was just like, wow, okay. How often do we screenshot other people's pictures and then send them
to someone else? Not only pictures, conversations, and we even post it on our statuses.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm also to blame on that one because
I was just thinking
I don't normally post conversations on my status
story,
but recently I had a conversation with someone and I felt like it was funny, but I didn't know if it was funny for them, and I had to post, and I posted, and I didn't even how people then remove the name and all that, but then
still I was just thinking, because I remember as well, I had a particular conversation with I thought it was funny, to be honest. I thought this is actually something funny, right? And then I just took only that part of the conversation. And I was just like, don't you think this is funny, to my other friend? I was just like, this is really funny, right? It was nothing personal, it was nothing intimate or anything, but I was just like, this is crazy. Then now I'm thinking about it, that's not cool.
It's not cool.
It's not cool. It's also
not cool at all.
Getting into other people. They're trusting you. They're trusting us. They're allowing us into their personal space. They are allowing us into that intimate bubble. They're allowing us into whatever that boundary is that we are in their lives. And we're like, I'm choosing to disrespect. Even though, we can ask permission and say, can I just send this? I thought this is, quite funny. Can I post it on my status? Can I post this picture on my status? Can I post this?
Yeah, we need to put ourselves on.
I'm just thinking, oh, wow. There are so many things that, I do as an individual. And I'm like, I should ask for permission from others. There's so much. Be it videos, be it, even
the numbers. People will get into your inbox and they'll be like, I'm looking for this person's number. Do you have the number? And I'm like... this is what I told myself, because I don't like getting messages from people that I don't know. So this is what I do. If someone asks me, can I have Tony's number? I'm like, wait, let me get back to you. Tony, there's someone who wants your number.
Exactly.
Because I know how it feels. I've heard so many guys getting into my inbox and they're saying, we got your number from Ningi. But the person said we shouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, they should have contacted me first. So, okay, now you've written to me, then what? What do you want from me? And I'm being very frank. I'll be very rude to you because I don't like people getting into my personal space.
That's so true.
And then you want to demand that I talk to you.
That is so true. That is so true. That is.
It does not. It does not make sense for me.
So there should be that certain level of respect. Be it towards your partner in a relationship. You should respect their personal. You should give them their space.
Yeah.
You should allow them to just breathe and not worry that okay, fine, if I do this, I know my partner will not respect this and they will do whatever. So that certain level of respect is needed. Friendships, family, and all that jazz. So I feel like
I think you touched on something that's very important. We should respect our personal space.
Yeah,
we should respect our personal space to be able to respect the next person's personal space. How do we respect our own personal space? That's the question that we need to ask now.
I would say do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Okay. So don't allow, if you don't like maybe certain things, for example, if you don't like swearing, if you don't like dirty jokes, if you don't like things like that, I mean, just make it clear that, okay, I don't like this type of information coming to me. I don't like this, I don't talk to people in this way. Communicate that, I don't like you when you give other people my number without asking me first. So I feel like there's that communicating our boundaries as well.
I also think that we should, for us to respect our own personal space, we should listen to our instincts. It's very important because if your instinct says no,
then it means no.
Then it means no.
It means you can't do that to
allow
the other
yourself
person as well,
to get into. I think we should also think about. I know it's difficult to say it if we're not in the situation, but picture this: you get into you go out for a date, you're in this space with this person, then you get into a compromised space. It's just the two of you. Our mind is automatically saying, just because it's the two of you, something could happen.
Yeah.
Right? Something starts leading to that something happening. If you're in your right mind and your mind is saying no, listen to that. It's important because you're saving yourself from something that could break into rape or things like that. Just because it's your friend, you know what, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. Even if you think that the friendship is going to die, it's fine. If the friendship is supposed to die down, let it die. Just like you're gonna let it, rather let it die than let it happen and you're not happy.
And put yourself
your happiness
situation whereby you're just like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do this, but there's a whole lot, when it comes to personal space. But then now let's move on to what was the next category? There was social. Social space.
Yeah,
and then the public zone. I feel like those two, they kind of,
they're kind of the same.
Yeah, in a way.
They're kind of the same. This is where we are
interacting
with other people. Then so now after respecting your own personal space, you're able to respect the other person's personal space.
Yes.
We talked about this baby that you tried to hug and the baby said no. That means that you have to respect that person. If you can respect yourself enough that when you listen to your instinct saying no, then you should be able to respect the baby or the other person. That person said no.
Yeah.
We even parents, they're at fault because at times we force. Okay, not we, because I'm not yet a parent, but like parents.
I was about to ask you, where's the baby?
It's a future baby. It's coming.
I'm going to be an auntie.
I receive you'll be a rich auntie, my friend. I'll tell you. Anyways, I'm like, parents, what they do is they force kids. Go and get a hug from Uncle Ningi. Go and get a hug. And then they force. You know what? Don't force the babies. Don't force the kids. Don't force the children.
Exactly.
Don't force us. We won't force you. Period. A no is a no.
Even, this is a point that I've made. Like, every time I meet new people, I love hugging. I just love giving hugs. I mean, But then here's the thing, I know certain people are not huggers. They don't. It's like, it's my personal. Like, I just can't be hugging everybody. And now, I mean, there's the whole corona thing and all that's going on. I mean, besides corona or no corona, it's a point that we should make as individuals. When you meet someone new, can I hug you?
Yes.
If it's a no, no.
Ask,
I ask if someone, because I've met someone. I remember it was a group setting, and I was like, hi, how are you? I'm a hugger. Do you mind? And then they're like, oh no, I don't like hugging people. And I was like, it's fine. That way, I just don't come across as hi, and I'm trying to hug you, and just like,
and you know what?
No,
because you've respected their space, they will give so much respect to you.
Exactly.
Respect is earned when you respect others.
It's earned.
It's like communication. You communicate at the end. Exactly. So it's the same with.
So I feel like it's the little things, even in like social gatherings or in public spaces, right? When you get to a place, maybe there's a table and you're supposed to sit there. Don't just throw yourself, when you're sitting down. Let's say it's a bench. Don't just throw yourself like no, like sit nicely, because you're going to sit and then you're going to bump into the next person.
And who knows what they're going through.
Exactly. So just it's the little things that matter. How we, I mean, there's so much, when we're eating at a table, right? As they're called table manners for a reason, There's so much. We can invade people's spaces in so many little ways, like you're chewing and, your food is going everywhere and your mouth is just making so much noise. I mean, guys, it's little things like that. So socially and publicly, it's those things we should think about. May I please pass? Can I do politeness? Then
you were talking about that. I'm actually thinking of the Zimbabwean context of personal space. We in Zimbabwe, we've got commuter omnibuses and we've got conductors and drivers who are very rude. But one thing that I know for sure is when you try and create a relationship with them, of course you don't create a relationship there and then, but you might be very lucky. If you try this, I'm sure this will help. Respect them.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. If you are the bigger person and you get to the station, whatever, the combi,
put yourself at their level as well.
Exactly. Because you just say, things like that.
You actually reminded me, there's this particular time when combis were still like getting into town, right? So there's this guy, I remember he would always see me, getting into the combi, and he's like, what do you do? So one day he came to me and then he stood, I think I was eating maputi or something, and he was like, can I have maputi? I was like, sure, let's share. And then to me said maputi, and then from then he was like, Saka, like, what you do? I always see you're always with your satchel, and you're always like, wearing, like sports thingies or like, gym wear, or, what exactly do you do? So then we just started talking. He was just asking, it's hot, I'm thirsty, let me get some water. Let me get a nice seat for you in the combi. And I'm just like,
you see,
wow.
Just from talking,
I remember, every time I'd get, to the combis, now the other guys are like, hi, you were talking to a friend the other time, let's get you a nice seat, now it's like, good afternoon, are you going to work? Have a nice day, like things like, it's just being cut. But then those sometimes they can be so rude. Those
but
people,
I feel like they can be very rude. But we also need to, because they're being rude, probably they're defending their personal space.
In a way,
they're defending their personal space, because they're going through, like, guys, we're all going through a lot of stress right now in Zimbabwe. Even if you're out there, but we know we're going through a lot of stress. But I mean, like, if you're going to be talking to them, be courteous. Talk to people nicely. Even if it's like a security guard, someone who's older than you.
Nice, be polite.
Magadi. Even those people will come to your window and be like, or not necessarily your window, but like people will come to you and they're like, sister, be nice.
Be nice.
Sorry, I don't have the money,
not today, but next time
I'll buy. Have a conversation with them, greet them, because if you respect their personal space, they'll respect your personal space as well.
So yeah, I mean, being polite at the end of the day, it should be second nature. Rather, it's something we should just do generally. No matter who it is, no matter where you are, just be polite and it will be reciprocated.
Wow. It will be reciprocated. Yes. So I think one of the as we round off now, let's respect each other's personal space. Before you start respecting someone else's personal space, respect your own personal space.
Respect your own.
Ask.
Yeah.
Can I fix this for you?
Yeah.
Can I do this? Are you okay if I do this to you? You know, it's important to find out if the next person is in the same line of understanding with you.
That's true.
Let's not assume. We talked about assumptions
the other time
in the first episode, and it goes to this extent. We assume that just because I'm happy and I feel like this is funny, or the next person also feels the same thing. Don't assume. Ask. It's important to ask. I don't know if you want to add something else, but yeah, I mean,
and just respect.
Yeah, respect is important.
Just respect, and yeah, I've learned so much today, honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that I do that I don't want other people to do to me, but I still do it anyway to them.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, oh, dang, I gotta change. I gotta work on this.
You also need to have a personal check of yourself.
Yeah.
I need to check myself. Oh my gosh, I did this. Be conscious of what you're doing at the right time, and just even if you get into a situation, sometimes we forget that we are in this situation. Someone asks you, can I get Ningi's number? Can I get this person's? And you're like, okay, fine, it's okay, I'll send it to you just now. But you need to go and before you, even if you say, okay, I'll send it to you right now, it's fine. But go to that person, ask them. So someone is looking for your number. Is it okay if I can send it to them? If they're okay with it, then you can send it to them. Because it's important to respect each other's personal space. It's important to respect each other's way of living, each other's bubbles, each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
It's really important. Yeah. Queens, we gotta go.
Queens and
kings, we gotta bounce.
We got to go.
Thank you for inviting us into your personal space.
We are grateful.
Serving you with some melanin magic. Yes.
Melanin magic.
Anyways, for you to follow us, probably maybe you want to communicate with us. Where can they find us?
Instagram. That's the TwentyFine Queens Podcast.
Yeah. Same as YouTube. And probably you want to send us an email
to
talk about something you want. thetwentyfinequeens@gmail.com.
And if you want to follow me on my personal Instagram, guys.
On your personal Instagram.
Tony, what's up? It's being Tony_26.
And for me, it's NDOMZY_Ndomzi. That's on Instagram and on all interwebs. I'm out. We're out, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you. You see, we started with low energy, but now we are so hyped up.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.